Ever wondered why there are cars that have exactly the same appearances but use different badges? That is badge engineering, a single design that is being sold as a variety of different cars at very different prices. It is all about perception and intelligent marketing of a brand. The following are 17 times that automakers used the same car, different badge trick, and why consumers continue to fall victim to the practice. Number 17. Ford Escape Mazda Tribute. As Ford and Mazda used their corporate alliance in the early 2000s, they produced one of the most effective badge engineering projects in the compact SUV market. The Ford Escape and Mazda Tribute were identical in all aspects that counted, such as platform, powertrains, transmissions, and most of the body parts. Physically, they were twin brothers. The engines are the same, the all-wheel drives are the same, the chassis are the same. The differences were mere cosmetic, various grills, some slight changes in front and rear styling, and a few differences in interior trim. Both brands, however, sold them as their own exclusive vehicles. The gimmick was a success since customers did not make judgment in terms of mechanical reality, but brand loyalty. Ford customers took the Escape believing they were receiving pure American workmanship, and Mazda fans took the Tribute believing Mazda had a reputation of quality in Japan. As a matter of fact, they were both receiving exactly the same SUV experience, only with different badges on the hood. Number 16. Alfa Romeo Tonale Dodge Hornet. Stellantis is a fan of sharing platforms, and the duo of Tonale/Hornet is an ideal partnership. The Alfa Romeo Tonale will be styled European and positioned as a high-end car, with the Dodge Hornet being a low-price compact crossover offered to American consumers. They are the same under the skin, share the same platform as well as engines, and share most of the mechanical components. However, there is a different story about pricing. The Tonale commands a significant premium thanks to Alfa's luxury image and Italian heritage marketing. The Hornet, meanwhile, slots into Dodge's more mainstream lineup at a lower price point. The deception isn't in the engineering, it's in the perception. Buyers paying extra for the Alfa aren't getting dramatically different mechanicals, just different styling and badge prestige. It's Stellantis maximizing profit from one development program across multiple market segments. Number 15. Opel Insignia Buick Regal. One of the smartest rebadging exercises General Motors made was Opel Insignia and Buick Regal. The Insignia was designed as a European mid-size sedan. However, GM saw a chance to enhance the image of Buick in America by bringing this European design in America. The marketing was genius, but the mechanical package was the same. Buick suddenly possessed an elegant, European-built four-door theatrically priced above average American mid-60s. The European luxury positioning gave the dealers an opportunity to charge high prices on what was technically an Opel with a Buick badge. The American consumers fell into the narrative, and that too, literally. Its European roots were a marketing factor, despite the fact that mechanically it was an identical car being sold in Europe far less expensively as an Opel. It is badge engineering that worked so well to persuade the buyers that they were purchasing something special. Number 14. Nissan Micra Renault Pulse. Renault has played one of the most transparent badge engineering games in the Indian market between 2011 and 2017 with the Pulse. This was an actual rebrand of the Nissan Micra, but sold as a luxury hatchback to customers who found the Renault brand more attractive than Nissan. Nobody could tell the difference between the cars half an inch below the surface. The same platform, the same engines, the same transmissions, the same interior design, the same factory. It had only the Renault badges, a slightly adapted front grille, and the dealer showroom you walked into. The rest, including the wheelbase and the tuning of the suspension, was all Micra. This tactic succeeded since Renault branded Pulse as a higher quality product, and buyers who identified with the French brand as European-style products purchased Pulse. The Renault badge cost Indian consumers more money without knowing that they were buying the same car that Nissan was selling along the street. It was brand image rather than mechanical reality, and both companies gained out of the same development program. Number 13. Citroën Berlingo Peugeot Partner. Badge engineering was mastered by Stellantis, formerly PSA, with commercial cars, and the Berlingo/Partner pair are the ideal models. These minivans are mechanically the same and are sold under different brands in Europe, usually at a different price. The Citroën Berlingo normally markets itself as the cheaper of the two, whereas the Peugeot Partner targets slightly higher. Opel Combo variants also make some market versions, and it has two more badge plays out of the same platform. The trick is very fine. Varying networks of dealers, minimal differences in the way they are styled, and brand-specific marketing will lead the buyer to believe he is making a choice between dissimilar vehicles. As a matter of fact, they are all exactly the same van with different badges, and price variations may not always represent the different values of the brand, but the brand positioning. Number 12. Daihatsu Sirion Toyota Passo. Badge engineering is taken to incredible heights in the Japanese domestic market, and the Daihatsu Sirion and Toyota Passo alliance is the perfect example. The compact hatchback was engineered and manufactured by Daihatsu, who sold it via their established dealer network to Toyota as the Passo, in areas that Daihatsu could not reach themselves. The mechanical package is 100% the same. Same engine choice, same transmission, same platform, same interior, even assembled in the same Daihatsu plants. The badges, slight differences in grills, and which showroom you enter are the only differences. The Japanese consumers who are loyal to the brand name of Toyota and ready to pay more money of the Passo due to good service by the dealer willingly accept being deceived into thinking they are getting the engineering of Daihatsu with the badge of Toyota. It is raw brand strength. Toyota is riding on the advances made by Daihatsu and imposing a credibility premium because of badge recognition and dealer network advantage. Number 11. Maruti Suzuki Ertiga, Toyota Romeo. After the success of the Baleno/Glanza alliance, Maruti and Toyota tried the same with the Ertiga MPV turning into the Toyota Romeo. It is again the same vehicle with varying tags and costs. The Ertiga has been a successful MPV in India, but Toyota saw an opportunity to capture buyers who prefer their brand. The Romeo offers identical seating, engine options, and features, but Toyota's reputation allows for premium pricing and targets buyers who want Toyota's perceived quality assurance. This represents badge engineering at its most transparent. There's no attempt to hide the relationship, yet buyers still pay premiums for the Toyota version. It's proof that brand loyalty often trumps rational purchasing decisions. Number 10. Nissan Armada Infiniti QX80. Nissan delivers its full-size SUV in a luxury package as the Infiniti QX80, which sells at much greater prices with only slight mechanical adjustments. The two SUVs have the same platform, engine choice, and the basic capability, but the QX80 has luxury positioning and pricing. The QX80 receives new interior content, a little bit different style, and the luxury selling of Infiniti, yet it is the same SUV as the Armada. This difference in price may be significantly large, perhaps $10,000 or greater, for an actual difference in trim and badges. A buyer seeking the comfort of the full-size SUV luxury will tend to drive home the QX80 without knowing that an enormous premium he or she is paying is actually more than the Armada, which is mechanically identical. It is Nissan maximizing the profit margin by selling a single SUV to various market segments. Number 9. Mitsubishi Attrage Dodge Attitude Mexican market. In Mexico, the Mitsubishi Attrage is resold as Dodge Attitude as a result of badge engineering. It is the same small sporty sedan with Dodge design elements and badges that are aimed at the consumer who does not like Japanese brands as much as they like American brands. The mechanical package is also the same engine, transmission, and platform. However, the brand perception of Dodge in Mexico can be utilized to position it differently in the market and possibly with different pricing. Such rebadging assists Dodge with filling their gaps in the Mexican line, yet Mitsubishi gets to have access to the dealer network and brand loyalty of Dodge. The Mexican consumers receive the same car, but with other brand associations, but may not know the Japanese origins. Number 8. Holden Commodore VE Pontiac G8. When General Motors had to add some life to the Pontiac lineup that was almost dying, they looked to Australia and repackaged the Holden Commodore VE into the Pontiac G8. This was cross-hemisphere badge engineering, taking a successful Australian rear-wheel drive sedan and selling it to the American performance enthusiast. The G8 shared its mechanical similarities with the Commodore. It had the same platform, the same powerful V6 and V8 engine choices, the same rear-wheel drive design, which made it a driver car. The modifications were few: Pontiac badges, minor front fascia variations, and American market certifications. All that enabled the car to move and act was as a result of the engineering of Holden. The American consumers who were buying the G8 were mostly unaware that they were in the driving seat of an Australian automobile, just with different labels. It was sold by Pontiac as their own performance sedan, and fans adored it because of its handling and power. It was just badge engineering, taking an established platform in one market and selling it in a different one with only a minor mechanical difference. Number 7. Opel Astra Vauxhall Astra. The Opel/Vauxhall Astra is one of the simplest badge engineering projects in Europe. It is the very same car marketed with new brand names in different markets: Opel in Europe, Vauxhall in the United Kingdom. The specifications, manufacturing, and engineering are the same. Badges, dealer networks, and regional marketing are the only differences. However, consumers of both markets attach a lot of identity to their brands, and they are usually unaware of the fact that they are purchasing the exact same car. It is effective, but it implies that customers are simply picking badges instead of the differences in the products. Number 6. Nissan Bluebird Sylphy Renault Samsung SM3. Nissan-Renault joint venture creates a high number of badge-engineered vehicles, and the Bluebird Sylphy/Samsung SM3 is one of the obvious cases. These sedans have common platforms, engines, and majority of the mechanical parts, but have different markets under various brand names. The connection shows the manner in which global partnerships employ badge engineering in order to maximize platform investments across fountain markets and brands. The cost of engineering is distributed, and there is a brand identity and market positioning of each brand. The consumers in both markets are provided with reputable sedans, even though the engineering is similar to what is seemingly distinct companies. It is alliance badge engineering, which means riding the scale whilst preserving brand separation. Number 5. Luxury van premium Toyota Alphard, Lexus LM. Toyota reproduced their popular Alphard luxury van and produced the Lexus LM that was even pricier to other buyers. Both are high-quality people movers, but the LM has much higher prices than the essentially equivalent mechanical package. The Lexus model receives improved interior decorations, various styling features, and brand positioning as luxury, yet no changes are done to the basic architecture of the van. The consumers who are paying LM premiums are buying Lexus exclusivity and brand prestige. This is badge engineering to the high-end market, making a successful premium product and creating an ultra-luxury variant through styling and brand positioning rather than fundamental engineering changes. The price premium can be substantial for relatively minor modifications. Number 4. Nissan Pathfinder Infiniti QX60. Infiniti QX60 becomes the three-row family SUV that Nissan uses to give the luxury treatment to the market. The two SUVs have common platforms, engines, and basic functions. However, the QX60 is priced higher with luxury positioning. Technical differences are negligible, some slight tuning changes in suspension and various levels of trim, but the same essential SUV. The luxury positioning of the QX60 will enable the model to attract huge price differentials compared to the Pathfinder. Customers who buy the QX60 based on its luxury attributes are actually paying a premium to have the badge prestige and on interior additions to the identical Nissan undercarriage. It has good market segmentation by badge engineering. Number 3. Mitsubishi Minicab Nissan Clipper. The key van market in Japan has a high level of badge engineering, and so the Mitsubishi Minicab was translated into the Nissan Clipper. These small business trucks are engineered to be exactly the same but distributed by other dealer networks. Badge engineering is especially easy when K-van regulations generate the same size and engine restrictions. The basic van is used by the commercial customers of both brands only with badge and minor trim distinction. Its badge engineering is based on the coverage on dealer networks and not the product differentiation. Number 2. Peugeot 107 Citroën C1 Toyota Aygo. The Peugeot 107, Citroën C1, and Toyota Aygo were developed and produced jointly at the same Czech factory, but promoted as totally different cars throughout Europe between 2005 and 2014. These three were triplets and were mechanically identical. Equal platform, equal small efficient engines, equal transmissions, equal wheelbase, equal safety construction. The front and rear styling treatments and the badges were the only variations. All of the understructure, suspension, steering, chassis, powertrain were common to all three brands. What was brilliant about this setup was that buyers actually had the mind that they were making a choice between cars. The Peugeot customers were convinced that they were acquiring French flair, Citroën customers that they were acquiring quirky French design, and the Toyota buyers were convinced that they were getting Japanese reliability. As a matter of fact, the three were receiving the same city car in different styling languages. It was big-boned badge engineering, three big car manufacturers sharing the cost of development and making the most of the market. Number 1. Citroën Space Tourer, Peugeot Traveler. Stellantis maximizes their large MPV investment in their Space Tourer/Traveler family with several brands. They are mechanically the same people movers, sold in various badges all over the European markets, some of which also come in as Toyota Pro-Ace Verso and Opel Vivaro Life. This platform sharing is extended to 4 brands that have a slightly different styling and positioning in the market. Consumers receive equal basic MPV features in any badge, but pricing may differ depending on brand positioning and dealer networks. This is badge engineering on the biggest scale, a vehicle platform used by several brands at the same time, making the most out of economies of scale but keeping the brands in distinct identities across the European markets. That is our list of rebadged cars, evidence that the logo is the only thing new sometimes. Seen another twin on the road? Drop it in the comments, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell to get more car insights.